guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today's video, as you can tell by the thumbnail and title, is my December wrap-up. This month was the first month I ever filmed a mid-month wrap-up. So if I remember, I will link that up above. And so let's just get started with the books I read in the second half of December. So I'm going to start with the books I read since that video, like starting with the one I read just after and ending with the one I read like most recently. So first I read Follow Up by Eva Green. I gave this book 4 stars. It was a steamy novella. I think it was a novella. Either way, I read it on my phone and I read it in one day. And I really enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't a favorite, but I did enjoy it. Next, I read The Mistwick School of Musicraft by Jessica Corey. I give this book 5 stars. I loved it. This is a middle grade and I really enjoyed it. I think it would make an excellent movie. And the next book I read is The Royals Next Door by Karina Halley. I give this book 5 stars. I loved it. It is a bodyguard romance it's about this elementary school teacher who has royals move in next door, and their bodyguard is who she falls for and falls for her. So it's their romance. Next, I read Christmas for Two by Chris Jane. I gave this 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I read this on my phone. Next, from my library, I listened to on audio. Pretty sure I listened to it on audio. Yeah, I did. Was Always Only You by Chloe Leese. I gave this book 5 stars. It was a great romance, and it was my first Chloe Leese book, even though it is the second book in the Bergman Brothers series. But the first one had such a long lineup, like such a long hold list, like waiting for it. So I just decided to read the second one since they are standalones. They're just companions. And so next I read The Mistletoe Fever, which I gave 5 stars. This was a Harlequin love inspired. And next I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. And I gave this book 5 stars. I loved it. This book was incredible. And I understand that people didn't like the third act breakup, but I personally really did. So I definitely recommend this. It is a workplace romance. And yeah, it's the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. And did I mention it? The author is Lauren Asher. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't know. Next, I listened to on audio Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson. I gave this book 4.5 stars. This was a cute enemies to lovers workplace romance, and I really enjoyed it. Next, I read No Shred of Evidence by Charles Todd, and I gave this book 4.5 stars. I really liked it. I liked another book in the Inspector Ian Rutledge series I read. I read The Confession earlier this year, and I gave that book 4 stars. So I like this one a bit more, but I did love both of them. And I know we're not talking about The Confession, but in retrospect, I think I gave it too low of a rating. And next, I read Fireworks by Katie Cotugno. I give this book 3 stars. It was okay. It was not bad. It was not good. I read it. It was fine. I mean, it was okay. But definitely not a book that I ever need to read again. And not a book I would recommend. And the last book I read this month and this year is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I am going to read my review that I wrote on Goodreads, and there are spoilers for this, but they're not really spoilers. I think it's actually what it says in the plot, but I thought it was a bit spoilery, so I don't know. And I put, this was a true enemies to lovers romance. It follows 2 characters who are the children of rivaling mafias. When she set his house on fire, I was absolutely sold that this was going to be a true enemies to lovers book. Ada and Callum were such good characters and they had the best banter. I definitely recommend this book to anyone looking for a dark mafia enemies to lovers romance. So I loved this book, and that is it for this video. That is all the books I read in the second half of December, and I can't believe that it is now the end of the year. The day I'm filming this is December 31st, so you will probably not see this till the new year. That's crazy. 2022 is almost over. I don't know where all the time went, but that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Before you go, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all next time.